Hello and welcome to Teacher Needs a Drink podcast. I am Elvis, your host, and I'm here to let you know that this podcast, it's not safe for work. We're teachers at the end of the week and really the end of our rope. And we, the teachers, would like to be able to speak honestly and openly about our jobs without having to worry about losing them. So we'll be using pseudonyms throughout the podcast, hence the Elvis. This episode is brought to us by the wonderful friends at Patreon. We have wonderful, wonderful patrons who support us as little as $5 a month. And in doing so, they get all kinds of bonus extra features, and we love them. So to show my love to them, I'm going to say their names. Here we go. A big shout out to our newest, Jessica C., Inga, Kaylee, Terry J., Jerry C.B., Miss Wonderstats, Quentin P., Ekebex, Mistress Mischief, Natasha S., Miss Anthropy, Princess Buttercup, Dragon Lady, Helena C., Aaron B., Stephanie S., Texas Teacher Kristen, James and Allie J., Samantha D., Lisa C., Rachel, Jen Genie, Exhausted Band Director, Kimberly K., Jessica A., Swiffle Ev Owners, Amanda F., Ariana L., Physics Runner, Steph, Michael M., William P., Aldrich T., La Scorpianita, Britt M., Teresa H., Biker Teach, Marsha M., Christina B., Jason F., Abby B., Sarah B., Regina N., Josie S., Sam B., Mary E., Kristen W., Vanessa J., Mary C., RJR, Kristen C., Johanna H., Irma A., Nimi, and Sarah N. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. Speaking of supporting us, come check out our sponsor, Ludlam Dramatics. That's right, if you are a theater teacher or no one in your building, go to ludlamdramatics.com and get the best theater educational resources you can find. They are mind-blowing. All right, folks, this episode was recorded at a bar. It has myself, Elvis, Lucille Lane, Buddy O'Hare makes a late appearance, Count Chocolate, Wayne Kurr, and I believe we have a waitress. I forget her name, but she pops up a couple times to bring us some wine because it's half-price wine night. Anyway, there is a lot of background noise. I understand completely if this episode is not for you because of the background noise. However, in the future, we've got our microphone keyed up a lot better, so you won't have this problem anymore. All right, friends, enjoy this episode. I love you. Cheers, 190. Are you guys ready, more or less? I'll get my wine over here. Yeah, get the munchies, get all the snacks. All right, well, welcome to Teacher Needs a Drink podcast. I'm Elvis, your host, and today we are... What bar is this? Where is this?
Staten Island.
We're at Staten Island, and next to me on my left, I have Wayne Kurr.
Yeah, get my name right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest shaking my hands right now.
Nope. I saw you touching the gherkins over there.
Exactly.
And we also today have Miss Lucille Lane.
Hi, y'all.
It's so great she's back. It's been a minute. And also with us, Mr. Count Chocolate.
Yes, I melt in your mouth and in your hands.
Ooh. There you go. Well, friends, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we're having drinks. We've had a nice long chat and lots of yummy food and lots of half-price wine. So we're going to go ahead and start with this first one, and we'll see how it goes. This is from Miss Andries Thorngage, weird name, from the Reddits. And she says, student banned from the last day of school party, and they are super pissed at me. I have a kid. Let's call him Merlin. He's been a pain all year. Today he was giving a warning that if he got any more referrals, he would not be able to attend the end of year party that we had, which is really fun. I didn't know that he had already been told that. Then he came to my class and proceeded to ignore every single expectation all class period. I opened up a new email and started keeping a log. From refusing to sit in his assigned seat to repeatedly punching his friend in the arm to refusing all assignments, even fun things like Blook It. You guys know Blook It? That means it's not muted. It's good. It's on. I wrote it all down. Then he finally said, "Stop talking to me, bitch," when I asked him to keep his hands down. I hit send on the email. The principal was in my room in minutes and showed him a printed up copy of the email. It was literally a list of his behaviors, no exaggeration or commentary. But now he's really mad at me. He can't go to the party, and according to him, it's all my fault. He takes no ownership. He was near tears and yelling in the hallway about that bitch, which is probably me. 2 class periods left. I don't feel bad or guilty. I'm just surprised how emotional he's being about it. It's what needs to happen. When you have those
First of all, I understand that when you have nothing to do, it's like you don't
they think it's okay.
Because they can.
Exactly.
That's the only comment I have is about that kid.
That's a classic case of fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
So it is. So in which case, we found out, don't fuck around.
But I mean, we have these kids that are assholes like, hey, you're gonna lose this privilege if you do this. And the thing is, when I work with kids that might have disabilities or might be on the spectrum, and if they're causing problems, I try to make it very clear, hey, if you do this again, you are going to have to sit out or miss the activity. Or if you hit your friend, or if you call them a bitch again. And then they'll like, do you understand? Yes. Oh, they're a bitch. Okay, come on out. Why? Well, I just told you, if you choose to do this, what's gonna happen? And they're like, we made this so clear.
So in the case of special ed, as you all know, because it's been a long time since y'all heard about this, I was a special ed teacher for years, and we do an if and then. If you do this, then this will happen. That's for special ed. Any regular ed child knows that there are consequences, knows that, you know, if you jump high, you come down hard. You know, like, it's not any news that is, like, a revolutionary idea to them. That's why I say fuck them. Fuck these kids. Like, this is what they do. And they're going to do it again, except they're going to end up in jail. These are the ones that we need to keep an eye on early.
Yeah. I agree to some bit, but I feel like since pandemic, and I think kids having to spend so much time with their parents, there's been a loosening of the, hey, instead of if you stop doing this, we're going to do this. It's like, hey, knock it off. Hey, stop. But the consequences never come, and so they just keep doing the same action. And I feel like it's not just someone who might have a disability or special needs. I think it's pretty common now, just because, I don't know. I don't want to say parents don't know how to parent, because there are a lot of good kids out there, but I feel like there's a lot of slipping at the same way.
So remember when I said they can fuck their parents too?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I think it's on two fronts. One, there may be some parents out there that simply do not want to follow through with the consequence because it's easier for them. Like, say the consequence is you don't get to be on your phone anymore, but the kid keeps on bitching about not being able to do anything on their phone. They finally cave and give them the phone back because they just want to stop listening to the kid bitch about it. I think another thing has also been happening more recently is that kids are just accustomed to receiving the second chance without earning the second chance.
Yeah.
They're just expecting it. So, and I see that in my classroom quite often. But I don't, as a parent, I know my kids are very full aware that they have to earn their second chance or earn back what they lost as a privilege.
What do you think, Hal?
I think a combination of things that have been spoken, but yeah, he fucked around and found out. But on top of that, if someone sets a standard and gives you the expectation and at the same time tells you what will happen as a result, I think it's good to hold a student accountable for it. And regardless of how inconvenient it was for that kid, and he was crying, he was mad, he was going to miss the celebration, I'm sure throughout the year there were multiple instances where a consequence was not enforced. And this time, you know what? We're going to keep you from that. We keep kids from graduating. If you make really, really big mistakes, you still get your diploma, but we're just taking away that ginormous ceremony you've been looking forward to for all 3 to 4 years of high school or anything like that. So, yeah, I don't know if it's a parenting thing or what, but I think it's good that someone's really wrong. The teacher set an expectation and that the admin supported the teacher based on the report that was given. So I support that 100%.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, exactly what Cal said. Like, that's the problem. They've slipped through so many times.
Well, the problem is the parents just aren't creative. And they come up with, well, if you come up with a punishment for the child that ends up being a punishment for you, it's like, okay, well, or at least it's a punishment for the parent. Like, okay, you don't get to watch TV anymore. Well, now they got to deal with their kid because their kid's not sitting there staring at the TV, and they're going to have issues because they don't want to take care of their kid. It's a lot easier. I'm going to go back to watching TV. I'll go back to playing whatever game on my phone.
So my suggestion, because maybe I am a creative parent, maybe I'm not. So I will simply say an incident took place at my house this week, and as a result, the kids will not be watching TV. They spent today cleaning their bathroom, my bathroom, the floors of the kitchen, vacuuming the floor, and their day was fairly well occupied.
Yeah. But I think it's also different. A lot of it comes down some to like socioeconomics. And it's just because if you have a huge house or a bigger house, it's a lot easier to punish the kid. And you know what? Just go to your room, go to cry. Go in there. But if you're in a tiny little apartment where you're sharing a room, it's a lot harder. What are you going to like send the kid out? So just get out. You can't be in the house anymore. They might do that, but
That's my bad.
it limits a lot of your opportunities or how well you have to deal with the punishment you're giving out there.
Yeah, so I know I'm like too old to be saying this, but I watched a TikTok where this young guy was like, what do you mean y'all drank out of the hose? What does that mean? And someone, like you didn't have faucets, and someone got on there, it was of our age,
Yeah.
and we're showing our age right now, sorry guys, but they were like, oh no, you don't step inside the house. You step inside the house, that means it's time for you to go to bed. You don't step inside, you don't you forge your food, you drink out the hose, you do the things, you find ways to occupy your time.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing. If you do not, like I knew, I'm not coming in this house. I'm so, you better be very creative. Or else like my parents are like, okay, you're in.
Yeah.
You want to walk in and out of this house with air conditioning and then that's your choice. You're going to be here. I will drink out of the hose. I will be with my friends. In fact, like, I was playing hide and go seek until 9 o'clock at night, way past dark, and I was happy because I knew that was better than breaking the
No, we had the when the streetlights are on, which was about 8-ish depending on the year. They didn't really have time-sensitive ones back then. They just kind of came on when they came on. But when the streetlights came on, it was time to go home.
That's the mental where you gotta be.
Yeah.
If you keep them accountable, then they will stay where they'll stay in their lane. And this isn't about keeping kids in their lane. This is about teaching respect, teaching accountability. It's like you know what's gonna happen, so fucking do it.
So, if you have a kid, I know, but I don't want to bring all that up into this. So, anyway, so if you had a kid, you were parenting in this modern day and age, where you live right now, would you like get out of the house, get out of here but you're not your parents though. It's a different thing too. Because that's what the person's like, oh yeah, I would feel okay, but I'm not the kind of parents that get the fuck out of the house and stay gone all day long.
Yeah, but I would be smart about my decisions. Like, you know what, we're going to the VMA.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you some art and be bored as fuck with me.
Yeah.
Where they're like, I don't even want to go out with my
Yep.
It'll be so educational and militant that they would hate me.
Yeah, I don't want my kids to hate the things I'm dragging them to, but I want to teach them to tolerate it at least. So, like, at some point they go to a nice restaurant where there's a long, boring dinner, or if they're at a museum, like, just find something interesting. Just learn how to be.
I will hold their hand in my left hand, and then my right hand's my dominant hand, so I'll hold my glass of wine and then walk around the art museum, and I will sip my wine and be like, we need to respect this art because of this reason, and I'll keep them busy all day. I will enjoy every bit of it. Like you were saying, don't like punish kids for something that you feel punished for as well. No. They will hate the things that I do.
Yeah.
And I will love the things that I do. That's their punishment.
What you got? You had your fingers up.
Well, yeah, it's kind of the moment passed, but so one thing I would say about even now as a parent, I would not send my kids outside because you live in Texas and it's fucking summer.
Yeah.
So, but I will say that anytime I'm tired of my kids being on their electronics, I at least give them something either A, constructive to do, or at least other choices of not find something else. Play a game with me. Play this. A board game.
And that's that's tough as a parent, and especially like this last 6 months where I've either been depressed or stressed out. It's like, okay, well, I feel bad saying, okay, get off your phone, because what do I want to do? I really just want to lay on my couch and doom scroll, or just send texts to the same 4 people all night long, or whatever I'm doing. And so, I don't know. I don't like the argument. I use it sometimes, but like, why do I have to do? You're doing like I'm the adult. I feel I'm the adult's better.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm torn, but I've also used the I'm the teacher several times. Like, how come you get to go bring stuff? Because I'm a teacher.
I put my time in.
Yeah.
I use the.
And welcoming Bunny O'Hare!
I'm here. I have my car keys again. No, I was gonna say I've used the I'm older than you in class more than once. Like, how come you're allowed to have coffee in class and we're not? I'm like, I'm also allowed to drive and vote and you're not. Like, privileges come with age. Sorry.
My favorite thing that I used to do is bring like an analog clock. Like, if you can tell me the time, then you can have it right. And they can. So,
I might get some wine.
take your time. And I'm talking like 4th, 5th, 6th graders who can't tell time. It has to be digital.
Yeah.
So that's what I was like, if you can tell me the time right now, then I'll let you do whatever you want.
And they
And they could. And it's a simple task.
Yeah.
And it's a simple task that just shows like the
Are you worried about shaming the child when you're doing that?
No, this was not a thing, because if we're talking about like why can't I do something? Well, I can do this, and I've learned this, and I use this, and I do these things. And what are you asking me that you want to do when you've learned it, used it, whatever? Like, can you validate? And of course, these things are always going to be, and we're talking about the realm of doing ridiculous things, right? Getting into trouble, doing the things we're still on top of, doing the things that are really not respectable and whatnot, and keeping kids accountable.
Yeah.
Well then, with what you are doing, and you're asking me to do, like, why can't I go to that, what was it, the end of the year party or whatever?
Oh yeah, the end of the year party. I forgot we had a story we started this all on.
Oh, this is what we're talking about.
Oh, we're all back to this. The end of the year story.
Yeah.
So, like, if we're talking about that and relating it to, like, why can't I do this and be accountable? Well, I can go to this party because I know what time it is, and I know how to do this and that and such. So, and I know the rules to be on time. And because I didn't use my privilege, but I can't go to this party if I'm not on time. But for you, what did you do to keep yourself from not going there with your classmates?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not about shaming. It's about like, I learned something and I did something and I know how to use it to my advantage. So where did you learn something and use something to your advantage?
I feel I've used a similar argument. Like, how come he gets to go play? He ate his broccoli. You eat your broccoli, you can go out there too. You learn how to tell time, you can go play. Until then,
You'll be on time for playtime. You'll be on time for that class party. You'll do the whole thing. They knew the rules and broke them. Anyway.
Hey, I was sitting here like, yeah, we're going somewhere. I had a thought like about parenting, but I was like,
Where are we going?
my parents were just vindictive about their punishments. And then at the end of the story, they'd always be like, you were raised better than that. And I'm like, yeah, but 'cause I wasn't afraid of what a parent could do or what a teacher could do. It was when the teacher called my mom or my dad, and I'm like, oh.
a teacher could make me upset.
Yeah.
But I was never scared of repercussions from a teacher.
It was about what
No,
my
it was all
parents
from what came
decided.
home.
Because I already knew, like, if my mom said X, Y, Z, like, my two most memorable punishments had nothing to do with the teachers and their phone call and explanation, because they told the truth. It was my mom telling me to go to school and in 8th grade, tell my coach I wasn't allowed to practice or play the whole week. But I was allowed to go to the game, and they played 11 on 10, because for some reason we only had 11 guys, a lot of injuries, and I stood on the sidelines and we lost 40-0, and I promptly got got my ass beat by my teammates. In my senior year of high school, I rolled my eyes and said something smart to my calculus teacher, and my mom was like, "Go tell the coach you can't play." I'm like, "I'm all district. What do you mean I can't play, Mom?" She's like, "Tell your coach I said so." And then I was like, "All right." So my coach accepted that and was like, "You better ask her. Is there something else that can be done?" And my mom was like, "Run 150 suicides." And I'm like, "It's Tuesday, we got a game Friday." So I ran like 60 suicides after school during the girls' practice, like, and I just never forgot it. So, and probably was too damn tired to really play on Friday. Like, I remember being very sore, but like, she was like, "You know better, you were raised better, so you choose. You just gonna miss the game or you gonna do this?" And I was like, "Looks like I'm running." I think the end point of whole like you were raised better is the point that they brought back, and I was like, "You're right. I just in a moment of weakness, I showed my ass."
So, please tell me if I'm wrong, but I could get a lot of flack for this, but breaking these rules and trying, like, over and over and over again, you go there, at some point, we all have to be checked.
Yeah.
Whether that be holding being held accountable, whether that be an example, being, and I'm not saying like some of it could be embarrassing for the child, some of it could be sadness from like missing out, but no one learns from like everything being all well and good all the time.
Yeah. No, and I feel it's normal for the kids just to do something stupid, and because they get cocky and they feel they can do whatever they want or they want to try, and sometimes they get away with it, and they can, and other times they get shut down, and the ones who don't get shut down are the ones we end up having a hard time with, because they're the ones who are surprised, like, you know that thing we were going to say you did if you did it again? Well, we're doing it.
It's a high. It's almost like a high.
Yeah.
You know, I got away with it.
Yeah, no, they get excited.
We see this all the time. Remember that conversation we had about was a TikTok trend about like going to school and
Oh yeah, they had the TikTok challenge, or it was like punch a teacher or something like that, or rip a mirror off the bathroom or something.
Yeah, they were just vandalizing random bathrooms.
that's where it leads.
Yes.
Ridiculousness.
Yeah. Until the consequences actually get served up at that point.
Until you feel it. Until they feel it, they don't know it. And that goes with, that's a lifelong lesson.
Meaningful. Yes.
I'm still feeling my bad decisions. And, you know, that's just the way it is.
It's part of growing up.
Yeah, it is.
And that's why I feel so strongly about holding kids accountable, yes, even when they're younger.
Yes.
Because it's better for them to learn over a failed test in 6th grade than never having to have consequences and then getting to college or a job and finding out that their boss isn't there to play. Like, at some point you have to learn, and it's better to learn that younger when the stakes are low than with something that's going to follow you your whole life if you keep screwing up.
Well, that's where a lot of people are starting to wonder is if someone has to work from home, like they're, what do you call it? What do you call it? Remote worker.
Yeah, remote worker.
Are they going to have to deal with a lot of those same politics? It's like, oh, well, you won't have a calculator in your pocket when you're this age. You won't have a dictionary. You need to memorize these facts. Is this going to be like, well, you won't be able to do that in office? Are offices going to exist in 20 years? Is it going to be feasible to hold real estate? Is the U.S. going to exist in 20 years?
There's always going to be, I mean, unless we actually do succeed in overthrowing the government somehow, and I know I'm now on a watch list somewhere. Again. Like, there's always going to be somebody that you have to answer to. You are speeding and you get pulled over, or the person who writes your paychecks, or if you're your own boss, the client who wanted the thing that you didn't deliver on. Like, there's always going to be somebody that you're having to answer to and learning how to not run your mouth at that point is probably good.
But the problem is we as teachers are the ones talking about this. Our job as teachers is not to teach someone how to be polite, how to be respectful.
Agreed.
That really comes down to the parents' job of teaching them how to
It's
human.
supposed to.
Yeah.
And I go to some people, just like the parents were never taught. It just kind of goes far, far up to where there was something and they never needed to be respectful or they never learned. And I remember that flooring me the very first time when I was a brand new baby teacher in like 2005 or 2006. And some kid got in trouble and the mom came up to school and I was expecting like a finger wagging. And it's like, yeah, your son said fuck you. It's like, oh yeah, he did because you're being an asshole. And just like the mom went off and like, I was like, whoa, this is the direction I was going for. The principal just kind of chuckled and she yelled and went away. He's like, yeah, she does that. I'm like, oh, okay, you could have warned me there, boss. Thanks. But
It's more entertaining to watch.
I don't know, but I feel like that kind of behavior with a parent coming and going off because they don't believe what the teacher says, that the kid obviously is the one telling the truth.
Well,
I feel that's where I feel it's been a seismic shift, is that it's gone from the kids being the ones wrong to now the teachers. Yeah, no, it's what did you do wrong? Why didn't you service my kid correctly?
Yeah.
How come they aren't doing this the way you were supposed to do it or the way it was done for me? Well, you had a support system. You had parents. You had grandparents. Your teachers, the money went a lot further in 1980 than it did now.
So the respect.
Yeah.
I think this also goes to a parent perception that a school is not a customer service line.
Oh yeah.
It is not. Schools, yeah, we like to say that we have a business model, but we're not a business model. This is not customer service. And you are not going to get what you want. This is not Burger King. This is hard lessons, and that you need to go ahead and get those hard lessons out of the way before it becomes a bigger impact to the point where, say, I don't know, your kid needs a lawyer for whatever fucking stupid thing you did.
I think the thing that sticks to me is there was, in the 1990 movie Freddy's Dead, the kids are in a mental asylum and some rich kid's been blowing stuff up and he's like, well, you didn't fix them. He's like, well, the kid's not a Toyota. You can't just drop him off and expect us to take 3 hours and just fix whatever's going on with him. We're supposed to teach history. But hey guys, guess what? What? We have a Patreon! What? Oh, it's true. It's just like OnlyFans. We have a Patreon. For as little as $5 to $10, you can sign up and get all kinds of bonus extra content and just be a more lovable person in general. It will be better for your self-esteem and your job, and really all of us. We encourage deodorant and hygiene, and so you know what? If there's other people who need to become patrons, send them our way. We can use them. But come be a patron. Teacher needs a drink. We would love it. Do it now.
Right now.
All right, do it. Wayne, you had a would you rather?
Oh, wait. Oh. I
We're to that part of the show. It's been 24
I'm
minutes.
sorry, dude. I didn't know. Give me a second. Okay, so hold on. There we go. Okay, let's try this one. Would you rather make out with your celebrity cut or celebrity crush or get paid $5,000?
I'm taking 5,000 just because times have been tight lately. And my celebrity crush changes all the time. Like Selma Hayek's been looking really good lately. I saw her, whatever she did for the new Magic Mike movie, oh good, yeah. And Amanda Seyfried, she's always gonna be there. And oh my gosh, what is the name of Rosario Rosario Dawson? Is that? No, I like Rosario Dawson. Who was the woman? She was on the White Lotus in the first season.
Aubrey Plaza?
No, not Aubrey Plaza.
Okay, Alexandra or something.
Alexandra Daddario or something like that. It's close, but oh my god, no, she wins. She's it. She's it. She was one of the girlfriends in True Crime. She was Woody Harrelson's girlfriend in True Crime.
Okay.
But even that, I'll take $5 grand because you know what? I've made out with lots of people. I'll take $5 grand. If they're a celebrity, it's not going to do much more for me. What about you, Wayne?
Yeah, I gotta agree. The times are tight. So, and plus, I love making out with my wife. Oh.
Lucille, you're gonna get Pedro Pascal or take a 5K?
Listen, here's what I've learned about some men. They're gonna disappoint you. So what I'm gonna do is just take that $5,000. It's just not, you know, you always have this fantasy in your head, but
it's not what it really is.
Count?
All of my celebrity crushes right now have boyfriends that I think, or partners, that would probably kick my ass.
Run like hell.
Yeah, they probably would catch me. But $5,000, I'm gonna have some fun with $5,000. I got bills. I gotta take this. I gotta take the 5 stacks. Sorry, guys.
No.
I'm sorry.
Okay, buddy, what about you?
Okay, did you guys ever watch Community when it was on?
Yeah.
Okay, the thing where Troy meets LeVar Burton and he was like, I never wanted to meet him, I only wanted a picture. You can't disappoint a picture.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like I would have to go with the cash.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what never disappointed me?
Yeah. I know where $5,000 is going to get me.
I'm going to Croatia, guys, on the yacht. My big 4-0. So, like, yeah, I'm going to use that. I would use that.
Yeah, no,
110%.
I'd have good times with that. Yeah. Screw that. Yeah, no. I've got girls I can make out with who are human and they don't cost much at all. So, I mean, other than the wine. Anyway, welcome to. Thank you for listening to another episode of Teacher Needs a Drink podcast. I want to thank my hosts who are with me tonight, Miss Bunny O'Hare.
Thank you for having me back. It was a pleasure as always.
And to my left, Mr. Wayne Kurr.
Wash my hands now.
It's about damn time. And also Lucille Lane.
Oh, thank you all for having me back.
I'm so glad you came back. And last but not least, Count Chocolate.
Yo, count me in. Don't ever count me out.
All right, friends. Deep drinks, deep breaths. Cheers.
All right, friends, thanks for listening to another episode of Teacher Needs a Drink podcast. I thank all of the hosts who joined me tonight. We have Miss Lucille Lane, the beautiful Bunny O'Hare, Mr. Wayne Kurr, and of course, Count Chocolate. I loved having every single one of them there. It was a wonderful, 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 wonderful time. It was a little loud, so thanks for listening. Next time, we'll have our audio better, so you don't have to hear so much of the background. Anyway, thank you for supporting Teacher Needs a Drink podcast. Follow us on our Patreon. Follow our sponsor at Lud Lamb Dramatics. Just remember, we love you guys. We love you so much. Enjoy your summer. Cheers!